Hey golfers, are you sick and tired of having that sloppy contact where you're hitting it on the toe, the heel, the chunk, or the top, everything other than the sweet spot? Well, that's what we're gonna fix today in our video where we work on getting rid of your sway and slide. That is the lateral movement that you're making that is causing you poor contact with every club in your bag. Stay tuned where we go through a couple drills to help you with your sway and slide to help you hit the ball farther and more solid. So to work on your sway and slide, we are going to work on two drills today. We are going to work on the 2-chair drill to work on your side-to-side movement and making sure that we create great rotation. And then we're going to also teach you the shoulder sweeping drill where we work on how to maintain posture and make sure that we are maintaining a good radius to the ground. So we're going to break down each one of these. First and foremost, we have the chair drill. So we have 2 chairs that we'll need to take from your home and create a nice little framework for us to work on the sway and slide. So when we first get set up, we need to make sure that we have a nice wide base. When I get set up, my feet need to be wider than my hips. If I don't have my feet wider than my hips, I will likely see my bottom wanting to wag to the right or to the left. So make sure that you see that the insteps of your feet using your club to frame out both sides of your hips. When I do that, that is going to allow us, again, good stability and hopefully, again, some great rotation ability. If you go too wide, you'll likely see that we're not able to rotate as freely, and that's going to jam you up. So make sure we're about that shoulder width apart stance and make sure you test that based on your own mobility. When we get set up here, I need to place the 2 chairs in the correct spot. So when I get my shoulder width apart stance, my right chair off my right leg is marking my sway line. We want this to be directly up to my hip. We want to give ourselves very little leeway to move away from the target. We do not want to bump into this swaying off the golf ball because we're going to have a much harder time timing it up on the way down, as well as we're losing some power when we lose our balance on the outside of our foot. So make sure that we're loading and coiling, and we don't want to allow our body to sway to the right at all. So make sure it's right up to you, and you never want to lift this chair off the ground. The other chair on my lead side, this is called our slide chair. Our slide line will mark basically the amount of space that we can then move forward with our dynamic shift, but not allowing ourselves to get outside of our base on our lead side. So what I like to see is that I have the chair, the backrest of this, just on the outside of my ankle, meaning that I can move over to my lead side, but I'm never going to slide my hip past my left ankle. That again would be classified as a slide, and that would be excessive movement towards the target. So we want to prevent that excessive movement off the golf ball in the backswing and excessive movement towards the target where we're then going to be moving the bottom of our arc a lot. So when we look at this setup, when I have the 2 chairs around me, this will basically frame out my body. So think about this box that I'm going to draw around my body here. This nice little rectangular box is my framework. We should never move our body to the right or to the left outside of the box. When I'm doing this drill, we're not going to hit either one of these chairs. We might touch them, but we're never going to hit them and move into the chair and move them out of position. So at first, what I like to do is just place the club across my shoulders. When I place my club across my shoulders, I'm going to see that when I rotate, that I'm rotating between the 2 chairs. I'm never bumping into this chair, and if anything, I'm creating some space here. When I'm creating a good coil into the backswing, my weight should be on the instep of my right foot, and I'm creating that space. I would then create a nice transition and a shift over to my lead side where I'm going to nudge very close, if not lightly touching that lead chair. And when I get over to my sliding motion, right, I need to stop and create rotation. And look at where I finished. I finished with a full facing turn into my target, right? I'm looking at the center of the screen here, but I'm never moving this chair. So I have to create space away from my back chair, and then I'm going to shift towards the lead chair, but then I rotate, staying right up against it. Okay, so all together, one consistent motion, it's turn, shift, and turn, never moving the chair at all, right? I'm staying in my box. That is very, very important because again, if my body is moving excessively to the right or to the left, I'm going to lose my balance, I'm going to probably lose my posture, and I'm going to suffer with my contact. This is very, very important, again, not only for contact, but also is going to make you swing slower. So make sure that you stay in your posture and you're creating that rotational speed. So now let's take a look at your actual swing without the chairs in our way. Again, we want to progress that from getting the feedback and the proper feel within our hips, but now we need to take them away so we can actually hit a golf ball. So make sure, again, you get a nice shoulder width apart stance. Check using your club where it frames out your hip width. Then we want to make sure that we get the feeling again with the club across our shoulders. Rotate. Make sure I would not hit that imaginary chair next to me. I'm bumping over, not running into the chair, just getting close to it. And then we rotate all the way through, standing nice and upright over our left leg. Again, that's the feeling. I got that sensation through my hips. Now I'm ready to go ahead and get set up and hit a couple. Again, holding that pose, hitting a nice straight one down the middle, very solid contact. Let's do that one more time. Again, great feeling when you're just staying centered and rotating. When I'm not moving all around, I'm rotating a lot faster, right? We're not going to rotate as fast if we have a lot of lateral motion. Make sure we get our setup and we stay centered, rotating in place. Again, another really solid hit, flying right down the middle. Beautiful shot. Next drill we have is the shoulder sweep drill. And what are we going to get? We're going to get our broom. It's a great way for you to feel how we maintain posture as we still rotate between those imaginary chairs around us. Stay in your frame, but also need to stay in posture. So we're going to take our broom and we're going to place it off towards your trail shoulder. So off to my right, I'm going to place this right in my chest. And when I hold this, again, it's going to be extending off to my side. So when I'm doing this, I want to think of the golf ball as a big dust pile. I want to make sure that when I rotate my body, I need to sweep that dust pile as far away as possible towards the target. I'm not just simply going to rotate and get to it. I want to brush through that dust pile, sweeping it out of the garage, let's say, right? So make sure when I get my setup, I'm holding this broom, I'm getting my setup, and I need to make sure when I rotate, I'm rotating in place, no sway in the backswing. I'm not going to slide excessively, right? And then when I start to come through, I'm going to rotate all the way down, make sure that I'm getting that golf ball. Make sure that, again, you are getting low enough and rotating through. Most people that, again, sway and slide tend to also lift, and that is a big problem for your contact. We need to make sure that we are going to sweep out the dust and we're driving it all the way to the target. And that's going to help us feel, again, that rotation and staying through very well in posture allows us to be able to get all the way through and balance finish. Again, hold that broom right across your chest. Rotate back, rotating all the way through. And look at that. Look at where that golf ball went. Pretty straight right down the middle of the screen. I was able to actually drive that all the way to the target. And notice where I finished. When I get set up, I'm getting this broom in my chest, turn, little bump, turn all the way through, and look at where I finish. I finished directly over the top of my left leg, and I'm able to maintain my great posture, still rotating without that excessive side-to-side movement. So now I have the feel again of the shoulder sweep. I need to make sure I complete that all the way through contact, driving that trail shoulder all the way through to the finish. We do not want our trail shoulder to feel like when we come through, we get stuck behind the golf ball. That would mean I'm doing too much tucking, which then leads towards my slide. I do not want to, again, tuck too much because I'll just bump my hip right into a sliding motion. So make sure that I, again, feel this great rotation. I'm, again, bumping over, and I rotate myself to stay down. This lead hip needs to work backwards. Make sure that, again, you're feeling these pieces. Again, all of it is too much. Just find what really stands out to you when you use that 2-chair drill or the shoulder sweeping drill is a great way for you to get the right sensations to create rotation and get rid of that excessive movement side to side. I'm going to drive that shoulder all the way through. Trying to feel like I'm Rory McIlroy is, again, a great feel. Rory does such an amazing job of when he rotates through, he gets his finish where the right shoulder is closer to the target than his left shoulder. Again, you're never going to be successful with that if you slide. Look at my lead shoulder is still forward of my right. I need to get my left side to pull back to drive my right side all the way around. Make sure, again, you get that shoulder driving feel down through the golf ball like we're sweeping out the dust. And I need to make sure, again, I'm driving that all the way to my full finish. I love to stick the finish. Again, hold that position, feeling that right shoulder driving all the way to the target. Today I was able to teach you 2 drills that really helps you with your sway and slide problem and your contact issue. Make sure, again, you work on the 2-chair drill, preventing that side-to-side movement and creating that excessive movement side-to-side is causing you low point inconsistencies. Keep your body more stable with a good base and rotating between your feet and keeping your balance, obviously, throughout the entire motion. Then we worked on the shoulder sweeping drill, making sure that we rotate our body, again, staying centered, but we are staying down. We are bringing that trail side all the way around to that full finish. Got to feel like Rory McIlroy, where we are driving all the way to the target, blasting through the golf ball with a nice aggressive swing. If you like today's video, please help us out by liking and subscribing to our channel. It really helps us reach more golfers like you to where we can help them level up their golf game. We'd like to help you a little bit more by extending you a free online video lesson simply by reaching out to us through our website at levelupgolfacademy.com. Simply send us a message and let us know that you are interested in getting some more help, and we would extend you a free online video lesson diagnosing your swing and sending you some information to help you level up your golf game. Again, reach us at levelupgolfacademy.com. Thanks again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you down the road.